All right, boys. Round 4. This is kind of a stinky round, so I'm interested to hear some takes. Let's go reverse order this time. Young Ho, lead us off here. Round 4. What do you got?
All right. Old heads, Alvin Kamara starting top down. He's been great across the years. I think that offense is going to struggle. I think he's going to check out early, and I think he can pack up. I'm passing on him this year. Marvin Harrison Jr. bought high on him last year. I think there's still a lot of potential there. I think the offense will figure out how to incorporate him, and I think he's a great pick here. Mike Evans, another veteran there. Change in offensive coordinator, but not a lot of change in true personnel. I think he'll have a good season. I don't think it'll be as great as last year. Would love to see him get 1,000 yards again, but I'd be hard pressed to say he gets it. James Cook, another great year last year. DJ Moore, too many mouths to feed in that offense. I think I'm going Harrison and James Cook here. I like those choices.
Beautiful. John, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm staying away from DJ Moore. I think Roma Dunze. I'd rather have Roma Dunze on my squad, to be honest. So I'm pass. He's an easy pass for me. Similar to Luke, Alvin Kamara. I think that offense just is absolute boo-boo. I am staying away from Alvin Kamara. Like Luke said, I think he's got a little bit of an ego where he could just pack his bags and say, I'm not playing. That's not worth it for me. And even if he does play, I don't think he'll be able to be effective because he's going to be the entire game plan. Mike Evans, Mr. Reliable. It's almost a guarantee that he's going to get 1,000 yards and 5+ touchdowns. So he's probably, I don't know if he's probably 3 on this list for me. I think number one, my first pick on this is Marvin Harrison Jr. Same theme that I've been going with: high upside, high potential. Those are the guys that win you leagues, and you got to take those kind of risks. I think having a year under his belt with Kyler will be really helpful. Obviously, he's going to go as his quarterback goes, and Kyler, I mean, he's kind of due for another good season, I think. And or he's gonna. I don't know how much longer his contract. He got that fat contract, but I think he's due for a year, and that helps Marvin Harrison. So he's my first pick here, and then I think same as Luke, I'm going James Cook as well. Just running. He's another running back that I had last year, and he was an absolute beast. We've talked about high point teams, and that's the Buffalo Bills, and so I think those are pretty obvious to me, and Marvin Harrison number 1.
Have you guys seen the any photos of him?
Is he looking big?
He's all juiced up. Looks like he's been on roids.
Mr. Cook.
In a good way. In a good way?
Yeah, in a good way.
Yeah.
No,
That's
not
great.
like Debo Samuel fat. Like, actually
got
bullied a little bit. I'm sure Mr. Marvin Harrison Sr. sat him down and said, "Son, you have a legacy. You have a legacy to carry. You need to sack up." Dr. Dawson?
I
What do you
like that.
think?
I mean, I like all 3. I think all your boys' top 3 were the same as mine. Yeah, to your point, Johnny, Mike Evans, just Mr. Reliable. I think that given your team composition at this point, you're in the 4th round, and you want somebody steady that's going to be around, I think Mike Evans is your guy. I think that if you wanted to take a shot at some a little bit, like, I think that he'll do great, and he might have a breakout season this year in Marvin Harrison Jr. But James Cook is just an absolute beast. If you were weak on the run, I think James Cook in the 4th is an excellent pick. It all just depends to me. I almost have an easier time going with Mike Evans and James Cook than Marvin Harrison Jr. personally. But I think it just all depends on what round it is and who you got in the bag already.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think I'm on the train though with you. I mean, I just think Marvin Harrison Jr. like he has the genes. Like he knows what to do. I just don't see he is set up for success. Like he is the clear wide receiver 1 there. They have Trey McBride, James Conner, even though he's been injury prone last year, he finally played a whole season. If you'd have been gambling at the beginning of the season, if he would have been injured, you would have lost money. But, based upon his history, he hasn't finished a whole season. But there actually is promise, I think, for the Cardinals this year. So Marvin Harrison's my clear number 1. I, as a Mike Evans owner last year, it was a great ride. He rode me all the way into the playoffs. He missed 6 weeks though with the hamstring, which is just like devastating. And I think there's more mouths to feed in Tampa than there is in Chicago. I think Ben Johnson coming into Chicago is going to shock the world. I think Caleb Williams is going to throw for 4,000 yards. I think he's going to be the first Bears QB to ever do it. And I don't know how he's going to do it without DJ Moore. I'm also a DeAndre Swift hater, which I proudly proclaim. And you know what? That dude popped off some weeks last year. Absolutely. He was also straight doo-doo some weeks last year. And so, I just don't think there's going to be a reliability there where I agree with you, Johnny. Like Odunze, I think he's getting his too. I just think that there's enough to go around. I'm a believer. I'm hitting the I believe button on DJ Moore finally. I think that all the puzzle pieces are going to come together.
Hitting the I believe button.
Absolutely.
I'm a Bears hater.
Yeah, that has never worked out for a Bears fan in the last 50 years.
Exactly. But you know that at some point, right? It's just a matter of time. It'll never be forever. So I think that this is their best chance they've had in a long time for that. All right, boys, one more round, and then we're going to head in to spin the cheese wheel. Round 5. We're going to start with you, Johnny. Kick us off here.
This is where it starts to get a little tough, right? You're like, I'm a lot of it depends on composition of team already, but a few things that I'm staying away from right off the bat. I'm not a believer in DK. I think he's all athleticism, but no heart, and he gets fun for his route running. And even more than that, I'm not an Aaron Rodgers believer. I think he is washed. He is washed. He's one of the GOATs, but his time is over, and he's just riding out as much clout as he can get at this time. So I'm staying away from DK. I had Zay Flowers last year. I like him a lot. I think he's just a multi-use back or multi-use wide receiver. I think although he's different than Debo in body composition, I think he can be used in the run game, and he can be used in the screen game. And I think he's a multifaceted weapon in that regard, and he can gobble up some receptions. So I'm going Zay Flowers with my number 1 here. And then I'm Kenneth Walker, I think is tough because where is he even at? Is he still at Seahawks?
Yeah.
No.
So he's at the Seahawks. I think I'm going Kenneth Walker, my second here. I think they've got new quarterback. They've always been a run first team. I think that'll continue to be their identity, and I think he'll get a lot of chances for touchdowns in the red zone. So I'm going those two.
Young Ho, what do you think?
I think I have to agree. I think DK is similar to Rodgers, just kind of on a washed-up team that's going to be led by their defense. Chuba, a lot of unknowns with that Panthers offense. Came on towards the end of the year. He had a great season, but it's going to be hard to replicate. Sutton's a safe pick here, but I like upside. I think Zay Flowers and Kenneth Walker it is.
Did the Panthers get another running back this offseason too?
And they had their top.
Dude, their number 2 now is Rico Dowdle.
Yeah.
Rico Dowdle had 1,000-yard season.
Yeah, so I think he's going to be splitting time at best. I think Rico could be number 1 by the end of the year.
What?
Or start.
You guys are insane. You guys clearly were not Chubba Hubbard owners like I was.
I've never been
Go
a
ahead,
Chubb.
Ben.
No, I couldn't believe.
I
You
own
traded
both of those
away
guys.
every
You guys
single
are so wrong. But go ahead, Ben. You go ahead first.
I mean, looking at Kenneth Walker, dude, Mr. Reliable. He's the third of his name. You cannot pass that up. That's so cool. That's bad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love Kenneth Walker here. I agree with Zay Flowers being able to just get some production. Cortland Sutton's also super reliable. DK, I think I think the sun is setting. I don't think it's set, but he's not like the boomer that he was, 3 years ago. I think Kenneth Walker is probably my number 1. and then depending on your outlook, I'm not a big Chuba guy. I think the name is sick, but I would probably go with either Cortland Sutton or Zay Flowers.
I mean, I'm looking at stats, Griff, from last year, and obviously Chuba was a dog on a. But I think him and Rico are going to be 50-50. I mean, Rico Dowdle they both had about 250 carries, 1,000 yards. Like that's a dual backfield, 100%.
He got paid.
What do you get paid, Luke? Did you look it up?
Chubba,
Do you know?
No. All I know was it was big. He got the contract.
You're saying Chuba got paid or Dowdle got paid?
Chuba got paid.
Well, that's what I was about to say is Chuba just got the money. And, you said there's a lot of unknowns with the Panthers offense, bro. The freaking Panthers offense is coming to life. Like, how could I think there's less unknowns compared to last year, which I think bodes well for Chuba. Chuba is a centerpiece. We all heard Plisky, Jonathan Brooks is the next coming Christ. And guess what happened there? Torn ACL. Done. It's over. Never seeing that guy again for the Carolina Panthers. I can't believe that Dallas let Dowdle walk. They decided they'd rather have Javonte Williams than Dowdle. And they never even gave him the full workload until the end of the season. I think Dowdle is going to have some games. He is the third down back who's going to come in just like Tony Pollard used to do. He's going to come in and he's going to get big chunk plays on third down. And then guess what? They're going to run Chuba right back out there. Chuba's a goal line back. He's a hustler. I think the Panthers are going to score more touchdowns this season. Chuba's my number one. Kenneth Walker, he is so boom and so bust and hurt every year. Never had a whole season. I just don't understand drafting guys who can't play a whole season. I don't know how you can win a championship with guys who can't play a whole season.
Do you think, Griff, by any chance that Chuba getting paid hurts him?
No, why would it hurt him?
He got his contract.
You got to chase the money, dude. I base some of my drafts off.
He already got the money. What's he chasing?
Yeah,
that's my thing. He was chasing that contract. He got it.
Hungry wolves run.
So you don't think Chuba wants more than just money?
Listen, Buddy's going to go to Arby's, get himself a few beef and cheddars, and then go to
he's
practice.
only in it for the money?
I mean,
running backs in general have to get theirs right away, or else they'll never get it in their life.
Yes.
All right. So how about this?
Running backs?
Hey, I'll bet each of you $5 right now. Chuba finishes higher than Ken Walker this year.
Sure. Do it.
I don't want to take it because I don't think Ken Walker makes it a whole season.
Yeah, I agree. I think.
So why are you trying to tell me then that you're going to pick him over Chuba?
Chuba's splitting it.
He's splitting it.
Just him.
No, but okay. I'm literally asking you at the end of the season, who's going to have more yards? Who's going to have more points in fantasy? Chuba or Ken Walker?
If you take out the
no, Luke. This is really simple. Who is going to have more fantasy points? I'm not saying he played a whole season or not. I'm saying at the end of the year when we tally up all the points from all 17 games, who's going to have more points?
I think I'd take the boom or bust of Kenneth Walker and bet on somebody who's still relatively young to have a healthy season.
So you're taking the $5 bet.
I think Chuba's going to be a 12 to 15 all season. Middle of the road, RB2, RB3. Because he's going to be splitting. And
so, Johnny, did I sway you? You think?
So I will say, I think I was ill-informed on Chuba. I've never been I don't freaking follow the Panthers. They suck. And,
all good.
And so having looked up stats and everything, I think maybe I would change Kenneth to Chuba, but I'm still taking Zay number one here. But that's
no, that's fair. That
I don't think I'm not taking that bet of what you offered. I'll say that.
Doctor, you should be the wisest of all of us.
I'll take it. Take it. Who cares?
You got two bets out there, G.
Yeah.
I like
Let's
it.
go.
I like it.
It's a big bet right there.
Beautiful.